Hello, Tracy here, and I have a video to share, a layout to share with you. And I tried to do this in process, but somehow my video camera got set to iframe for recording, which I have no idea what that means, but it won't work for creating a layout in process, at least with what I use. It's just not gonna work. So I had to go ahead, and I wanted to share this one anyways because I love it, and I also wanted to share these flowers that I made. So and it's such a bummer that this one didn't work out, because if you can see this A here, it's cardstock, and I did a whole process in creating it. I used the letters in cardstock are from a set that I got eons ago from Joanne Crafts, but what I did was I Mod Podged tissue paper onto it. First I painted it white. I painted the whole A white. Then I Mod Podged tissue paper onto it. And then I stamped over that a whole bunch with various different stamps. And then I don't, oh yes, and then I painted some more. I painted white and pinks, and I mixed them up, and I just had a great time. I played with it for fun, and then used it for this layout. So and then when I went to put it on here, I had a bunch of flowers like these, kind of shabby chic type. I had a whole bunch of those, and then I had this one, and I was trying to make it work, and it just was not the look I needed. I do have some of the little shabby chic ones. I don't know what to call those, but so because I didn't have flowers, but I really, really wanted fabric flowers, I went on a mission and decided to make my own. So I made these three, and I made some others, and I'm going to show them to you. But I made these using fabric. This is from fabric and then ink that I made myself using. I sprayed these with, it's a white fabric, and then I sprayed them with this ink sprayer that I made using the Adirondack Tim Holtz alcohol ink. That's and this is in currant. And then I mixed that and water and Perfect Pearls, the little powder. I don't have that here on my desk. And I just scooped some of that in there, and it created a little bit of a sparkle to it. This one you could really see the sparkle. So anyway, I did that, and then this is just a white fabric one that and then I cut out part of a fabric doily and then put a button there. And then this one is the same fabric, just cut differently, that I starched with spray starch and then sprayed with water and crinkled it up, and then layered them back together, and they're cut out in different sizes. I used a pattern like that pattern and cut them all out in different sizes. I have that pattern in different sizes as well. And then this is actually a vintage button that I got at a flea market that we have local here. So, and then this is doilies, fabric doilies. I just got a whole bunch more in like a cream color today at the flea market. And I don't even know how many are in there. It's probably a good 10 of them that I got for, what did I pay? $1. Okay, so then on this I also use these ribbons. These are, I think, Maggie Holmes or Studio Calico maybe. This one might be Studio Calico. And then this wood paper here is from Michaels. It's actually a paper. It's not a cardstock. This is a Maggie Holmes paper from that first crepe paper collection, Maggie Holmes. And then this is new crepe paper style board, and it's called Picket Fence. And then this is a picture of my daughter. I may have already scrapped this picture in process. I'm not sure if I did or not, if I did it in process, but this is a picture that I want to have in both of our albums. Anyway, then this is more fabric doily, and then a little heart that I think came in a Freckled Fawn kit. And then this bow. And that's the layout. But I did want to show you my... Oh, this is a pin that I got at a flea market. I actually paid $3 for that one, which is expensive for a scrapbook page, but I really love it. I won't... In fact, you know what I'm going to do is show you close-ups. I inked several different ink colors. I used Heidi Swap Blush, Mr. Huey's Pinstripe, and Heidi Swap Navy inks here. So let me do a close-up here going around. I don't want to make you dizzy. So there's the doily. And then you can see that I tore each of these papers. And there's a close-up of the A. You could see the writing there and all the different colors and textures. And that's the pen. Love that pen. It has roses in it. Oh yeah, there we go. You could see them. Really pretty. Oh yeah, and then I also stuck down, I forgot, this is crepe paper sticker. And then going down, that's more crepe paper. Maggie Holmes collection stickers. And so there's a close-up of the flower I made that has tons of layers. This one I did not make. That one is from my stash. And then there's this one. This button came with a bunch of vintage buttons, but I don't know if that one is vintage or not. I don't think it is. Doesn't seem like it. This one definitely is. So you can see the fabric. And the doily. And then there's the matting in the picture. Oops, wrong way. There's my pretty girl. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the other flowers I made. It all started, again, because I wanted fabric flowers here, and then I just could not stop myself, and I still haven't been able to stop myself. I've just gone nuts making flowers, so it's been super fun. But okay, so here's that one, and this button in here is vintage, and that's a linen fabric that I sprayed with this ink mini mister that I created. And then I just cut a hole and sewed, and then I hot glued a square of the fabric to cover that. So that's that one. That's one of my favorites. This one's probably 3 inches wide. So that's that one. I made this one. This one's also about 3 inches. These two are about the same size. This button, not sure if it's vintage again, but very cute. And then this was like a table runner or something that I got again at a flea market, and I cut this one. I actually did a lot more sewing with it, and I cut this out in a strip and then kind of gathered it. It was a little more difficult to make that way. I like it though. And then I took some of the cut out pieces and folded them over and glued them down. Yikes, sorry. But you can see that that's folded over, I think. You can see that's 2 layers. So that like gives more height. So that's that one. And then here's a similar one to that, kind of same look. These all kind of go together to me. This one is again a fabric doily from a different doily that I cut out from it, and then I used some stained, some inked pieces and some not inked pieces of the linen on this one, and then that's a vintage button. And then this one is more of the, I'm trying to keep these the similar ones I'm showing you at the same time. This one I sprayed, I think with Pony maybe, or it's a Mr. Huey's Mister. And then, crinkled this one up and let it dry. And this is the same doily center. This is a very cool vintage button. It's like, looks like it's covered with fabric. I don't know, but it's vintage. A little bit of crackle to it. It's neat. I love it. So, and then just lots of layers of that. So that's a cute one, I think. And then I made, now I'm going to go into the completely different ones. These are, I went with in a totally different direction with these. And I love them, but they didn't work for my little layout that I was doing. But this one's more of a shabby look, and it's squares that I just randomly glued on and layered. I took the squares and folded them and rolled them, excuse me, onto this is a piece of craft paper. So, and I could have done that with fabric, but, I was really just messing around, so, and plus I was thinking layouts when I was doing these. But like this one and this one, I have a bunch of pictures up on my wall of these portraits that we had done, family portraits, and they're out in nature. And so they have a real rustic feel, and the frames I'm using have a rustic feeling to them. So I'm going to embellish all my the wood frames on the wall. And maybe I'll show those after I'm done, but I'm going to put fabric flowers, and then I have some metal flowers that I'm going to paint with metal paint, and I'm going to have some fun with that. So anyway, so that's that one. And then here's another one. This is circles that I folded and glued all around, again, onto craft paper, which, by the way, this is lace. I meant to mention that. And then this is a beautiful soft fabric, but I went to Joann's and bought some fabrics for these, so these are not vintage fabrics, but, oh, of course, I never did mention the white fabric on the layout flowers. That was vintage fabric, but anyway, so this one I glued them all around, and then I just glued some little beads in there with the hot glue gun. I did all the gluing on these with the hot glue gun. And then, let me show you. This one is a funky one. I don't know if I like it or not. Can't decide. It was just circles that I sort of bunched up and did a terrible job of sewing. But I was just trying to get it all bunched up. It kind of is cute. Not by itself, but with others, because it definitely has that shabby feel to it. And I just did a bunch of different fabrics in circles layered on that one. And then this is the last one I have to show you. That, again, this one's several different fabrics, but cut out more in the flower shape. That same shape, actually. And then I sewed. These beads are sewn on, where these beads right here I glued. And they definitely feel more solid on there. But this has a little softer feeling to it. So that's that one. So I just wanted to share those. I'm excited about them. I think they're pretty. So, and I've had just so much fun, and I want to make more. Like I said, I have some metal ones that I'm going to paint and embellish some frames with, and I'll use them scrapbooking too. So, who knows? Maybe I'll open an Etsy shop and start selling. I don't know. My husband can make frames out of wood, so and I have some other stuff too. So I really am seriously contemplating doing an Etsy shop, and that may be something I do in the near future. We'll see. I don't know. But I wanted to share these because I had so much fun, and this was supposed to be a process video, and you know, things just don't always work out. This was one of those times where the video, it just didn't want to be turned into a process video. So I did it as a layout share. And I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe you liked my flowers, maybe not, but I had fun sharing them, and I definitely have had a blast making them. It's super fun. So anyway, hopefully the next video will be a process video, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.